Hey everyone, welcome back to the SEO lecture series. In this video, we'll cover the basics about VPS and authentication. So VPS or virtual private server is a remote machine you can use to host websites. So in our case, our WordPress website will be hosted on the VPS. To connect securely to the VPS, we'll be using any of the two authentication methods. Either you can use passwords or you can use SSH keys. So the thing about passwords is that they are easy, but they can be brute forced. Whereas SSH keys are cryptographic pairs of public and private keys. So comparatively, they are much harder to compromise. Adding a passphrase to your private key is like a second lock, making your login process even more secure. So we will see all this step by step when we have installed the required software. So first we will be needing MobaX term. So let's first download MobaX term. This is the software that we will need. Get MobaX term now. We'll go with the free version, home edition, and install this. So I have already installed this on my laptop. I'll just open it up. MobaX term. So I prefer this over Putty because it has additional features and I like the GUI. So this is a all-in-one tool for managing remote servers. It has an integrated SSH client, X11 server, and MOBA keygen for creating SSH keys. So all this in one place. When you were using Putty, you will need another application PuttyGen for creating the SSH keys, but here you can directly do all this stuff from one application. First, we will create SSH keys, which can be done by clicking on the tools option, then selecting MOBA keygen, SSH key generator. Click on this. So right now there is no key. Just click on the generate option. Leave these settings. Just click on the generate button. It will generate the public key and the private key. If you want to change any of these options, you can do so. I'll just keep it default. Click on the generate button, and then you have to move your mouse randomly to create a random key. So this is the SSH public key that has been generated. We will copy this. You can add another layer of security by adding key passphrase. So we'll add this. So now save the public key. So enter the name of your key, something descriptive so that you can remember them later on. So DigitalOcean public is fine for the public key. Save. Now save the private key as well. We will need this private key in the future for logging into our VPS. So same name. Save. So now we have exported the public key as well as the private key that we will use to log into the VPS. Copy this code, SSH key, so that you can add this when creating a VPS on digitalocean.com or on Microsoft Azure. One more thing that you have to keep in mind is that, switch back to the slides. So the advantage of using virtual private servers is that you get complete control over the machine. Okay, so when you're using shared hosting, you cannot install additional packages. But if you want to install anything like a monitoring tool or any other tool on the server, you can do so easily with the VPS. So these are some of the advantages of using a VPS. So it offers a better site performance and loading speed as compared to shared hosting, because there is only one website hosted on a VPS. So in the authentication method, we have covered that we can either use password authentication or SSH key authentication. So instead of password authentication, we are going to use SSH key authentication because it is more secure. So for connecting to the VPS, once it is created, we will be using MobiXterm. So installing MobiXterm is pretty easy, pretty simple, just like any other application. Download the installer, run the setup, and then you're ready to go. So I've already shown how you can generate SSH keys with Moba Keygen. Very simple process. And then just make sure that you save your public key and the private key very securely. And apart from that, always use a strong passphrase in addition to the SSH keys. So these are some best practices for managing your keys. And I will cover this step, adding your SSH key to VPS providers, in the next video when I'm creating a droplet or a virtual machine. So connecting to the VPS using MobiXterm. This will also be shown in the next video. Pretty simple. So these are some additional security best practices that you can ensure after creating your VPS to make it more secure. So the first one is that you disable password authentication and always keep your system updated. And you have UFW, uncomplicated firewall, on Ubuntu or Linux machines. So only allow the ports that are needed. For example, port number 22, it is required by SSH. Port number 80 and 443 are required by your websites for serving the websites. Additionally, install fail2ban so that you can automatically block IP addresses that are showing some malicious behavior. Maybe they are trying to brute force their way into your server, or different kinds of attacks. Okay, always keep a backup of your keys. And about security audit, since we are just starting out, don't have to worry about this for the time being. So now you're ready for your secure server management. So we have understood what a VPS is and how we can use different authentication methods while connecting to the VPS. So all the other parts we have covered. Thank you very much.